everybody, and welcome to the 90-Minute Art Challenge with me, Bobby Chu, and my co-host, Masay Seki. Today we have an awesome guest artist, Heri Irawan. I will.
Irawan.
Can you say that again? Sorry.
It's quite simple. Heri Irawan.
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 Irawan, yeah.
Irawan. Okay. Yeah, we were just talking before this and just saying, wow, today's one of those days, everything's so crazy, and it's everything that can be difficult is difficult today, but hey, that's all right. So I wanted to first introduce our amazing guest today. You can follow Heri on Instagram here, and you can see all the beautiful work that he's done. Heri grew up in Indonesia and lives in Austria. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Fantastic. Awesome. Great to have you. Today's stream, by the way, is going to be this subject here, still from Jingle Jangle. Now, how do you kind of do this stream? Well, you get the image from tumblr.com. Okay, you could look up 90-Minute Art Challenge, and then you can find all the entries. And what you want to do is you want to spend 90 minutes. It's a loose rule. You can spend as much time as you want, really. Do your piece inspired or direct kind of representation of the image, and then you want to upload it to Instagram. Okay, and when you upload it to Instagram, hashtag it 90-Minute Art Challenge, and then everybody can see everybody else's submissions. And every week, every stream, I like to pull out a few that I thought were exceptionally cool and should be looked at, should get a little spotlight. Okay, so Frank, boom. This one is today's subject, which is very complex. This one's from last week.
That's a great one.
This one.
That's great, yeah.
Yeah, and then this one is time lapse. So look at that. Isn't that neat? Right? It's doing like a ink kind of digital ink drawing.
Yeah, it's like a pen, like
Yeah.
etching kind of.
I thought that was really cool. Here's another one. The bunny was much loved, by the way. I like this one too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? The simplification that
Yeah.
happened there was really nice to see. This one, another lovely bunny. One from the past. I thought it was well done, though. Very nicely done. Lovely work with the ears here. And there we go. So you can also, submit your stuff to Instagram. All right. So while we're going to do that, or while we talk, we also painted. We are tackling this challenge ourselves. Heri, you are underneath the reference. Masay, I believe you are...
Okay, thanks, Bobby.
Was that?
Thank you, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you were underneath the reference. Masay is in that smiley face corner there. You took the tough corner today, Masay. And I do want to mention that you voluntarily were like, yeah, I'll take that corner. I should have knew right then that you had something up your sleeve, that you were about to shock us in a very awesome way.
This challenge I tried to go for, excuse me, with a different approach. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
This is very complex.
This was also a very kind of special stream for me because after watching your stuff, I picked up a bunch of stuff too. I started to use it on the next one. And it sped everything up so quickly. I don't know if you remember that one, but
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's I guess for this one, I just wanted to block everything in because there's so much information, and I think it was like the value subtleties that I really wanted to capture in this study. So I think laying down that foundational like dark value, and then adding like the subtleties, it really helped.
Yes, this
Yeah.
one in particular is actually, with every one of our challenges, we must take this to the Wizard Bunny to understand exactly
Mm.
how challenging this this one will be. So I think it is that time to ask the Almighty, the All-Powerful, the All-Wise Wizard Bunny. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Now this one is impressive. Are you sure you are up for the task? I give you a challenge. A 9.
All right, the Wizard Bunny has granted us a 9 on this one. Wow, 2 in a row now. Even the Wizard Bunny could not deny the complexity of this challenge, right? And one of the things about this challenge is that there's too much stuff. There's too much to actually do. With the bunny one, we knew what we needed to complete. We needed to complete that bunny. We needed to throw in some, feelings of grass and such. But that was it. With this one, there's so much going on that you couldn't possibly get it all down in 90 minutes. So you have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
Especially
I hope I can finish, Bobby.
Well,
I'm not really sure about that.
you can only blame yourself, Heri, because you're the one that chose this one. So I do want to mention that as well. Heri really, faced the biggest challenge head on and went, yeah, I'll take that one. We'll do that one. And Masay and I were both like, okay, all right. It's like it's like
It's a
that
great
item in the
challenge.
store that you never expect to sell. It's like, oh, he wants that. Oh, okay, all right, and then start doing it, right?
It's like, here we go.
Yeah,
But
totally
if
different
it
workflow, right?
and if it weren't for that, I probably would have never like tried to do a study like this. So sometimes you have to be forced to do something that's challenging and difficult. So thank you, Hedi.
Well, and that's one of the awesome things about painting in Magma. Can we just talk about that a little bit? We are painting in Magma Studio. You could go to magmastudio.io, and we're painting together, right? And that's what Masay is talking about, because I have experienced, and Masay, you can contest to this, or you can, back this up. Experiencing painting on Magma together and bringing on guests and stuff, we are constantly faced with challenges, and we get through them because we're all painting together, right? It's not like we're on a Zoom call and you are on Photoshop. I'm on my own Photoshop. Masay's on her Photoshop. If I stop, nobody's gonna see me stop. Here, when I stop, like I'm stopping right now, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm back. Everybody sees it, right? So then you keep going.
Yeah.
Now, how do
You
you?
definitely feel a bit of pressure.
I was curious to see how you felt about this, because you are not used to Magma, right? And you took on the challenge, which is fantastic.
No, this is the first time, but the thing is, which is really fantastic, because you don't have to learn at all. The like all tools are similar to Photoshop, and then the system also similar to Photoshop, so you don't have to learn it now. Yeah, the only thing, of course, I don't have a brush set, which I use all the time. This is probably I have to install or buy something or something like that.
Oh, what was that? What was the thing?
Yeah, the if I use the Photoshop, so I have the whole brush set. So my brush is
yes,
different, right? This is what I miss right now.
yes. The brushes can be difficult, to work without. But also, because I didn't use brushes, and I haven't been using, I still use custom brushes, but in Magma, yeah, the options for custom brushes is a lot less. So when I go back into Photoshop, it's like steroids, you know, like all of a sudden I have superpowers for a little bit because I'm so
Yeah.
used to just working without so many things. Once I get those things, wow, it becomes crazy powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like training with weights on, and then when it's like go time, you're like super fast.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're all doing this with direct paint. Um,
Yeah.
by the way, I just remembered something. The whole entire time that I'm painting this right now, I was I'm painting upside down. It's just nobody else can see it. It's only on my screen because,
Yeah.
obviously it's a collaborative software. You can't rotate everybody's views. But yeah, I'm painting this totally upside down, just kind of taking it abstractly at first.
Yeah,
And
I
you are
really
so
gotta try
fast,
that
babe,
next.
Bobby. You have everything
Yeah,
already.
that's
Oh,
true. I didn't realize until
I
I'm
can
watching
see
you
everything already.
try.
well, that's funny because I don't realize either because I'm painting this upside down, you know? But what
Mhm.
I do notice, and everybody can definitely, it's very interesting, this painting session, because it was like we started, and I guess maybe I don't even know what happened to my image now. I'm starting all over? Oh, okay, I turn it back on. I guess I started to get a little ahead in the beginning, but watch Masay. She speeds up like crazy and goes right past me. Um,
Yeah, I use the pen tool, so it's like a complete square, and
Yeah.
lowering the density and opacity a bit, it blocked in things like much faster. So I think that's kind of helped me to get like a head start.
yeah, and then Hadi, we all know that your study turns out perfectly well, and it's wonderful. But in the beginning, it seemed like you're struggling a little bit to find your groove, huh?
Yeah.
It's really cool how like we all end up with the same image, the same lighting, but like a different feel and style.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well,
it's cool to see how we're all gonna get there.
one of the things that Hari did that we didn't do is he did quite a kind of he put a lot more time into line drawing,
Mhm.
Yeah,
right?
it's really rough actually, only for the layout.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's also how he caught back up in the end,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the line drawing helps to figure out a lot of things
I
as well.
mean, but if you see your screen right now, I mean, we have like how many minutes, right? So you already figure out everything already. That's
That's true.
amazing from Bobby.
That's true. Nowadays, like when I look at the challenge, I'm already piecing together, okay, half an hour on this, 40 minutes on this, 20 minutes on this. Let's go. And
Yeah,
it's in my head already. Do you do
yeah,
that?
crazy.
Do any of you guys do that?
To be honest, no at all.
Oh, okay, okay.
I
Would you
have to say
talk
the
about
same.
doing this at a job interview?
What's that?
Like would people share their 90-minute challenges they're in a job portfolio or when they're networking?
If it's good enough. If it's good enough, sure, why not? Oh, and by the way, if anybody's wondering, who is this mystery person coming online? Well, let me show you, because we also have the Discord channel here. All right? You can see on the bottom of the screen, it says Discord in hot pink letters. You can go to the Discord channel, and then you can join us for the stream, talk with us or whatever, and also you can join in and paint with people. You can see a bunch of awesome studies are being done already. Here's another one here. Wow. Right? And then we all paint
Wow.
together.
Yeah, it's cool.
Div. Dang, Div. That's looking hot. Love the colors. Love the colors. Very, very cool. Everybody's doing such a good job. Naveen, great. Yeah, awesome. Really, really nice.
Oh yeah, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, so welcome everybody in Discord. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome, welcome.
What else can we talk about here? Oh, I want to talk about Slido. So you can also ask questions. You see where it says Slido or questions in hot pink just underneath the Discord right there. You can go to slido.com and you can put in hashtag ChewStream and then you can find the questions, okay? And those questions, you can upvote questions or you can type in your own questions. You don't need to log in for any account. You just come in and you just ask. If you like to put in your name, that's always appreciated as well.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, why don't we go to the very first Slido question here. This is from Anonymous saying, I've been thinking of doing strength and exercise for my hand and wrist, but because of my hand condition, I can't go to the doctor. Should I wait till I can? Not too sure what that one actually means, but Masay, when you were going rock climbing, did you ever have any arm problems?
No, I guess, yeah, because I was able to like strengthen my wrist and my like muscles and stuff, drawing didn't really, like, I didn't really have any problems. But funny thing is, now that I'm not able to go climbing because of you know, COVID and stuff, my arm is actually like acting up. So that kind of goes to show that like doing some exercises actually really help with you know, the shoulder and arm, like wrist.
Wow,
Yeah,
please be careful.
yeah. That's why I've been doing home workouts now to kind of
Oh,
like,
right
I,
on.
I have
yeah.
something which is really important from last year. I have a problem with the hand. I cannot draw.
Um,
I cannot move.
mhm.
I was thinking, I wondering because of what? Because I don't do anything really like climbing or something like that. But then I go to the doc. I went to the doctor and they said I have a thrombosis. I
What
don't
is
know
that?
in English what is in English
Oh, okay.
thrombosis. Like
Oh,
yeah. So I have to take like a medicine for 14 days every day, and yeah.
Are
So I
you?
think it's better to go to the doctor and then check what is going on.
Yeah,
I would say
Yes.
that.
that's
yeah.
true.
However, this is the thing about doctors that makes me wonder. You know, it's like I went to school, I graduated with a bunch of other artists. Some artists can paint and draw, and some cannot.
Mhm.
We all have diplomas. You know, like a doctor passes, was that person a top student or not so good student? You know, that's I'm saying I like the, you know, I'm all for going to a doctor, but I'm all for also keeping my mind open to looking for another doctor. That's the point I'm saying, because people are probably like, Bobby doesn't like doctors. He doesn't believe in medicine. No, I do. It's just that
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I first started to try to figure out how to fix up my arm, I went to a
yeah.
chiropractor because I also had lower back problems, and he was telling me to get orthopedics, right? Like these
Mhm.
expensive little mold things that you put in your shoes, and then you have to wear those forever and ever.
Yeah.
I refused.
Mm.
And then I looked for other doctors. And then also an acupuncturist, a massage therapist, another physiotherapist, and all this stuff. And slowly found my way to, yeah, I can get healthy and fit without having to get these orthopedics. Like, it's just my body is really messed up for a long time, I guess. You know, and there's a lot of untangling to do. So just be wary, be careful.
Yeah.
I guess it's good to get different opinions, try different things, because not everything will, like one specific thing won't necessarily work for everyone. So
Yeah.
that's a really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bodies are
exactly.
different.
And you know,
Mm-hmm.
artists understand this. Artists
Yeah.
understand this. How many of us, you know, brought our portfolio to convention And then she's like some really good artist. Hey, can you take a look at my stuff? Can you critique my stuff? They give you the critique and you go, thanks. And then you go to the next person and you go, hey, can you critique my stuff? You know, because more
Yeah.
opinions helps.
Mm-hmm.
Same with your health. That's what I would recommend. Like everybody's different. Go to a few different specialists and see what they say.
To get
I
enough
like
information.
that. I like how those two, work together.
Right?
It totally makes sense. Mm-hmm.
But having good stretching habits and knowing when to pause when you're drawing and being conscious of your body while you work is A+ attitude.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Taking breaks, stretching.
And you must forgive me for constantly, whenever I hear a statement, I'm always thinking like, okay, are there any kind of exceptions? Are there any like holes to that statement? And not like there's a hole, but I'm just saying when I was in school, I thought I worked hard. I didn't realize that there's all this other kind of this whole nother section of effort that I wasn't even tapping into. So what I thought was my potential of working hard wasn't even close. And then I found, oh, there's all this extra. I could work way harder than this. And I really tested my limits and worked too hard. So what I'm saying is, yeah, sometimes we think that that's our limit, but it isn't. And sometimes it's way further. And sometimes it's way shorter and you need to calm the heck down. But to constantly think about that is beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Do you see everybody as being able to get to the same skill level or have the same level of development?
I feel like everybody could get into the same club, you know? But will everybody be the top person in that club? I don't think so, because there's some people, they're just, as Stanley Archer Lau once told me, and it totally clicked. He was like, some people just have different hardware,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some people just have different hardware and they could pick up on things a little quicker, but we all need to put in the effort. It's just that sometimes you find these rare jewels that they don't need to put in as much effort, perhaps, because they have really good hardware, but they do put in that
Yeah.
effort and they go above and beyond, and then they become, true superstars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like a bit of training your eyes. Like, let's just say you, Bobby and Kay, you guys have like good eyes for like certain things, like designs. And until you guys, especially Kay, when she points these things out, I never really realized them. So now I'm making a constant effort to kind of like really open my eyes to see like how I should like take these designs and try to break it down. So doing that little by little, you can kind of upgrade your hardware by doing things like that and being a bit more aware, I guess.
Yeah, but Masay, you got good hardware. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
there's certain people where I'm like, yeah, that person's got it. And, but also,
And sometimes,
Kay
sorry, go ahead.
has it. Kay totally
Yeah.
has that. She has extremely good hardware. That was the first thing I noticed when she kind of got on my radar when we were in school. I was walking across the hall and I looked at this one painting and I was like, who did that? Does that even belong in this year? Maybe it should be in the graduating year, and they forgot. And it was like her first year painting.
Yeah.
Right? And like, yeah, everything that I won't hype her up too much. She could probably hear me. But yeah, it is really awesome to see her paint and draw, because she just kind of does. You know, it's like, yeah, you should make it a little bit more cool, Bobby. A little bit more cool. Like this, cool. I'm like, How the hell
Yeah.
did you do that?
Yeah.
Anyways, that was interesting too because, I was in a bunch of years before her. And then she just very quickly caught up and surpassed, which is really difficult for me.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't super difficult because I was very,
Frustrating.
huh?
Frustrating?
Frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was frustrating at first, I think. Yeah, I could say that. It was frustrating. It was
Yeah.
frustrating because she would tell me to redo stuff, right? I'm painting something and I'm like, hey, I'm almost done. She's like, you could do better.
Yeah.
And she was right every time. And it's like the first time I was like, oh, man, what? No. Like frustrated. Second time,
Yeah.
just frustrated and so on.
Yeah. But yeah, sometimes it's like even though someone is like wired in a certain way to understand it quickly, there's still another way for you to figure it out. So you just need to find out something that makes more sense for you to like get to that hardware, And I feel like that's for me. It took a really long time to understand like certain theories about art and like why certain decisions are made. So if you work smart, also hard, I think you can get to not there completely, but like to close potential.
What about you, Hari?
gonna-
Were you
I have- Yeah.
drawing from when you were a tiny little baby, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
I think everybody starts out drawing and then they forget about it.
Yeah. I stopped actually really early. I think when I was 4 years old. And yeah, and the neighbor was really angry because like the whole wall was full with my drawing. So they were asking my parent who drove the car. So it was like car everywhere. So my parent doesn't know actually I did everything. So no, I really don't know who did this, but I hear the conversation and I said, oh shit, I did something wrong. So I'm not allowed to draw over there. And I was like a bit worried. And since then I stopped drawing because I feel like I did a mistake. So nobody tells me that drawing is something which is really cool, right? It was like 4 years old. But I still remember so the situation where the neighbor was really angry and freaked out about the wall was dirty with the car, like a lot of car everywhere. So I said, oh, okay, probably I have to stop. I don't know, but I was stopped for quite a long time. And yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I started
I'm
again
glad you're
when
back.
I was in elementary school.
Uh,
I have no facility like because I was born from like a poor family, so there is no like a paper or like something to use for drawing. So it was like really pity.
Oh my
So the only thing that I can do is like drawing like somewhere else, like wall or whatever.
wow.
That's such an awesome story. It's like
Yeah, it was
you
it
didn't
was
even
really
have
cool.
paper to draw, but it didn't
Yeah.
stop you, and you just started drawing on stuff.
I'm starting with school. It's also quite late because when I was 6 years old and I cannot enter the school because my parent doesn't have money.
Oh
So
wow.
it was really, so the feeling was really, really bad because everybody went to school and I still like stay at home. And my parent always telling me, probably next year. And I was so happy. So after a year, I'm so happy because finally I will go to school. And then next year, they tell me like, oh, sorry, I think we cannot do it this year. So I was postponed for 3 years until I went to school.
Oh
It was
wow.
so ridiculous. Yeah.
So
And
you
it's not
were
because,
so you were like the tallest kid in your class?
yeah, exactly. And I went to school because it's not because of my parent, but I went by myself. Like I go there. and the teacher was like confused because I was not registered in school. I was sitting in class, and they really like asking, who are you actually? You are not in the list, so you are not from this class. And I was like argue that I'm in this class. I'm from this class, yeah. And finally they called my parent and to discuss and how to get like probably from the government. So finally I get like 50% from the government and then 50% from parent. So that was really crazy, yeah. And you know, Bobby, so I get the money for like everybody go to canteen and buy the food and something like that. So I cannot go there and buy something because I don't have money. And finally, I start to draw, and since I think the second class, I get the money already from friend of mine who want to have something by me. I draw like a superhero or something like that, and I get the money from friend of mine, so I can go to the canteen.
That's awesome.
It was
Oh my
really
God.
crazy. It was so crazy, yeah.
That is such a good story. I think
Yeah.
about like my mouth was just wide open the whole entire time. Like it's just gets better and better.
Even
Wow.
even when I tell this story right now, like to my cousin and my parents, they cry, really.
Oh.
And sometimes I also want to cry, almost like crying, because the situation was so difficult, and I could not imagine. Now I'm teaching in a university. I live in Europe, and I get quite good job and something like that. I was born from really poor family, so I think
Yeah.
just like try hard and something like that. Yeah.
University instructor now, couldn't even have the money to start school like when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Wow, what an
I never-
inspiring story.
Yeah. Everybody use like a shoe to school, right? And I don't have it.
Shoes.
Yeah. I never use shoes. So because I don't have it. So until I think I don't know, 5 class probably. The first time my parents buy the shoe for me. So I never went to school with shoes.
Oh my God. So
Really,
if
really
you,
careless. Yeah.
so if you could, uh, take a time machine back
Yeah.
and kind of come into the room and talk with your parents,
Yeah.
right? And your parents are like younger than you are right now, and you're gonna tell them that little Hari, what he'll end up doing. What do you think they would say? Because they're coming from very modest.
But the only thing what I can say right now, what has happened before, it was perfect. So even for example, if somebody asks, would you like to have a different like situation? No, because with that situation, I learned many things. So I can now my life is quite like I'm easily satisfied with something. So everybody, a lot of people are really hard to get like satisfaction and something like that. For me, it's easy. So I'm happy in every situation. So that's the thing.
Tell them the story you were telling me, or you telling Masay and I. We met in THU, you and I. I didn't know before we invited you on here, by the way. And I looked at your stuff and I was like, you could be working for Disney or Pixar or whatever. What can you tell that story?
Yeah, exactly. It was really a funny moment because we met in THU, and then you were like seeing my portfolio, and you said like, Heri, you have to go to Pixar and Walt Disney. And I said, yeah, but probably it's really cool. But I said I still love to stay in Vienna because I have family, right? I don't want to move to US or something like that, because for me it was like family is the most important thing. So even like I don't know, Disney, Pixar, this is it's a great company, right? It's probably great opportunity, and you can do something great over there. But it's not choice for me. For me, it's to be close with the family and live in the city, which I really like, and that's the most important thing. and now you see the connection, because when I was a child, my life is so typical. So other thing like ego or position or material is not really important.
Yeah.
So it's like now I live in Vienna. I teach in university, and I can draw many things I want. I get quite a good client from many different clients. So that's enough. Probably later on, when my children already big enough, probably I will try like asking Disney or Pixar or even like yeah, working for a big company.
You are so inspiring, Heri. That's so cool. Wow.
So humble.
So,
Wow.
man, like, but then you were in class, all the other kids have shoes and you don't have shoes. That must have been really
Yeah.
tough. Like, you must have.
No bag.
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
you know, kids
I-
can be very cruel.
Yeah, but the benefit, I was so shy because I don't have anything, right? And other children are like having shoes, bag, and nice uniform and thing like that. So I'm shy, and I always like almost hide somewhere. So it's like I don't know, because I feel like I'm really poor, so I'm not allowed to together like with them or like in a community or something like that. But then since then I also draw a lot. I always do something with like a drawing and watching something and yeah, do many things which is really good for me. And yeah, so
Wow.
not yeah, I have no social at that time. Like I don't even know my neighbor so much.
Wow.
Yeah, because you know the feeling when you are really poor and you always feel like guilty when you are trying to be close with someone who actually has something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like that. But the funny thing is when I was in senior high school, so I start having friends like the lecturer from like famous university and something like that, and the children from the governor and something like that. So life is changed when I was in senior high school.
That's incredible. As you're doing
Yeah.
this, as you're talking, I'm gonna put on some of your art because, so people can really see the things that I saw, where it was like, who is this person? How come I never heard of this person before? You know, and it's like really amazing to find
I think so.
your stuff. Yeah,
Ah, that's a good piece.
it's beautiful.
This
Richard
is
Schmidt
also
studies. Nice. A lot of studies.
yeah, I did really a lot, and I didn't care about like some people like telling me to get like a good follower or a good project. You have to stay in one style or range or something like that. So you have to put something only the cool stuff or something like that. I don't care because I don't care the so much like thing like that. The most important thing is when I do something, I feel happy. That's it. So not care so much outside like what people say or something like that.
Yes, that's
So therefore, if you see my gallery or what I did is totally different from each other. Like I try many different things, so I don't care.
This series was insane. So cool. Those are all in Photoshop?
Yeah, this is Photoshop. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I have a great story for everybody
Love
about
it.
my
All right.
Instagram.
Yeah.
About my Instagram.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, I was because I'm workaholic, right? I'm always working, really. And finally, 2019, I have really huge problem. So actually, in 2019, I have a migraine, but it's really bad one. So I could not wake up from my bed. Really crazy. And finally, I have to go to the doctor every second days. And I have to stop drawing and do like drawing or sitting in front of computer for about 6 months. So it was like, you have a feeling like, I think it's over. I was asking my doctor how long I can survive. It was ridiculous. But then finally, it was like Corona situation, right? And I watched YouTube and I saw the 90-minute challenge. And I started to draw. That's the first time I draw again with the 90-minute challenge from Bobby Q. And therefore, like my Instagram, the first picture actually from 90-minute challenge. And this is the first time I use the social media.
Amazing. Well, I think you're about to get a lot of followers very soon.
I have in ArtStation, it's already for a long time because people asking me to put there. Yeah, quite a lot of followers, but there's no Facebook or social media like Instagram or something else. So only the ArtStation. When I went to Portugal for THQ.
Amazing. Hey, everybody, do yourself a favor. Look up Heri right here on Instagram and give him a follow.
Thanks, Bobby.
Very inspiring. Very inspiring.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, as you were saying all this, I was like, man, I'm so glad to be doing this and like meeting people like you out there that, I never would have been able to meet.
I think you don't even realize that what you did with the 90-minute challenge is so big and huge. I tell somebody else as well to do it because with this challenge, 90 minutes, so you can really calculate. So when you work as a professional, you can really manage how long I can do it. Because after this challenge, you do it many times, so you know how fast you are. So it was really great because then if I get the project, I can already say how long I can do it. So in the beginning already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
and you bring also a different kind of theme from the a picture and amount of detail and thing like that. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to, mention something that's popping in my head as you're talking about everything that you've been talking about, Heri. And that is like your pleasing personality. With the amount of connectedness that we have these days with one another, a pleasing personality is way more important than we think. It's like, I'm sure like many of you listening, as Heri is really talking, about his thoughts, his stories, everything, like we're all just getting sucked in and we're just like, wow, who is this person? He's awesome. Oh my gosh, it's great. Just yeah.
How would Heri feel about if it was younger people talking to him to be friendly? Because sometimes people reach out and shy people pull back.
Sorry, hello.
Hey, I was just saying, if people were trying to be your friend, would you have picked up on it back then?
Oh, sorry.
Would you have known if the kids wanted to be your friend in school?
Yeah. No, when I was a kid, mostly children doesn't want to be a friend because of the status I have. So it is hard when you, for example, in a situation you are not the one which when you are a rich person, especially in Indonesia, you can get a lot of friends, right? But when you are poor and it's really hard. Even for example, if I want to watch the television, so I have to look somebody who has television, like the neighbor, which is also nice. And I still remember I found someone, and I go there, and then they said, okay, you can come inside. And I'm sitting in front of a television, and finally the TV just started, and then they said, like, the children said to me, you have to go out. You cannot watch TV here.
Wow. You can watch
And-
it when it's off.
and
Oh my
and then
God.
the movie, it was like just started, and I have to go, and I cannot say anything, and I have to go, and that's the situation. But yeah, I'm happy that the situation was changed in starting in senior high school, because finally my father has a connection with people who want to have a painting, like not original, but it's like what is the name? Like the famous painting, like for example Mona Lisa, and I have to
Oh,
duplicate.
right. You're doing duplicates of famous
Yeah.
paintings.
Yeah, when I was in senior high school,
Senior
and
high
at that time, since then, I have quite good income and money, but I never have a social. So after school, I went to like my room, changed the clothes with the full of like oil and the color, and I start to paint until night, and then probably do some homework and thing like that.
Wow.
So it was like that. It was
Because you
like
had no friends.
yeah, it was like that.
Wow.
But like I said, in senior, it start having a lot of friends, and therefore, like, I never want to lose a friend. So and it's never happened with me until now. Even, for example, this is funny thing. If people, for example, hate me, like when the first time I came to Austria, and people just jealous because of the position, right? I come into like a new office, and I work over there, and finally the boss was like trust me a lot because I'm very disciplined and loyal. It's not like other probably too loyal probably, and they like me so much, and they give me everything. Like I'm become the most important person in that office, and people start to be really jealous, and they make a lot of bullshit and a lot of bad story about me. They spread like a bad story because they doesn't like me. They said like I could not speak German, and I think it's not good for our discussion because every project, the briefing and everything is in German, so I could not talk German at all. So yeah, they make really a lot of problem just because of the language itself. And I said, wow, it's so bad. So, but I didn't like angry with them. I just think like, okay, that's probably my weakness or something like that. And finally, they moved from the agency because of me. And not only one person, there's like 3 person moved immediately because of me. They doesn't like me.
Wow.
and finally I see something like they make something a project, and we made like what is the name, like it's not it's like on the street, right? So I said to them like I saw like a new project from you. I think it would be great if you use this and that. They were really angry. They said, I don't need any help from, like, they also like a bit rush. They said, like, Asian like you. I don't need it. And I said, no, I didn't say that this is probably help because I used it before. And then the it's a good thing. And then, no, I don't need help from you. I said, okay. And yeah, but I start to I still like okay, if they doesn't want to accept it, that's fine. But after certain time they call me, and probably I can show again what I told before, like they really need the information. And yeah, finally they use it, the advice from me, and they were so happy because the results are much better. And now we are really a best friend.
That's so awesome.
because when I really start to help them as well, so we never meet each other again. And if we meet like on the street, we are really having like a bad situation, right? Like it's a bad thing. But my reaction is different. Even if people help me, I try to give them something totally different. So I never help them back, like or something like that.
That's
At the end, it's gonna solve anyway. It's gonna be really cool. So that's what I learned. Yeah. So therefore, I never want to lose like a friend, and this happened, and yeah, that's the cool thing.
I think you're about to
You're
gain a
such
lot
a
of friends,
Buddha.
my friend. We have a really
Yeah.
we have a really
Now-
good question coming in from the YouTube chat here.
Yeah.
Joe Safet says, is Heri from Schoolism? Was he a student? And he also says, damn, he has range of skills. I'm stalking his Instagram at the moment. Heri, what were your studies? Like, how did you get good at art?
So I always feel like if you see my gallery in art station, like there's a lot of picture over there, and it's always like there's many different style, right? There's a lot of study from nature directly, or I really make a study from the master, like a master study. So that's what I did. I never like really have a special education. Yeah, I was having a special education for art, but mostly for everything. So what I learned actually, I will become a teacher, because I learned how to make a statue, architecture, everything.
Yeah,
So
you just learned
not
on your
only-
own.
Yeah. When my study is, I learn art, so everything. But it's not like only drawing, right? But all really like a basic. I know everything, but it was really basic. Everything is basic.
Oh,
So I start to learn my own, yeah.
To give
Like-
further steps on your
that's
own.
great. That's great. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and watch a lot of interview from Bobby channel.
Oh, stop. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
You learn a lot.
It is really like that. I mean, when I watch the interview, there's a crazy lot of great artists you invite, and it's so inspirative, right? So I learned many things from this guy, and therefore like I just continue learning and study because of them. So I got the motivation. Like I think I can do it. So if I, for example, have no possibility to go somewhere, it's not because of like a financial, but it's also time. So why I don't do like by myself, like when I have time. So after I finish like the job, or after the kid is sleeping and my wife is sleeping, so I start to exercise something. During the day I'm working, but in the nighttime when everybody went to bed, so I start like exercise. So that's what I do.
Incredible. That's so great. Yeah, just kind of, I think you've given a lot of people hope, inspiration, motivation. This question comes from Pocket Droid. This person writes, for Heri, I'm wondering if pursuing for art jobs in Indonesia is still possible, because it seems really hard to get any attention or traction. Now, I know you have been living and working in Austria, Vienna, for a bunch of years, but I don't know if you have any input into this.
I cannot say, because when I was in Indonesia, I built my own company, but it's not like concept art or something like that. It was totally different. In Indonesia, when I was 20, when I was 21, I have my own company, and I have employer at that time already. But it's totally different. We make a software. So in '97, we make prototype almost like iPad at that time, similar to iPad, but iPad was I don't know, run quite late, yeah. But we make the prototype. It was in '97, but because we don't have enough money and the government cannot support, we cannot import further because the dummy itself is already too expensive and things like that. So we were canceled. But the company itself, it's already running really well. So our client is like oil and gas and telecom or something like that. It's quite big client. So the company was running really well. But when I was 23, I moved to Austria because I met a girl from Austria. So I could not explain art job in Indonesia because it's totally different. So I started art job when I was in Austria.
Oh, I see.
So it's totally different. Yeah.
And the other thing is, for that person writing in, it's like, how many companies has Masay and I worked on or worked for that are based in Canada, let alone Toronto? Toronto, like Canada is already gigantic. It's like hardly any company. So it really is the connectivity on the internet that has really taken down all of these borders. So we don't need to have to kind of stick to that country that we're living in, perhaps.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of companies that realize finally this year that people can work remote and they can hire freelancers, and they don't necessarily need to be from where their studio is. So it seems like people who are in countries that aren't necessarily known for like animation or games or concept design, they're getting a lot of jobs. So I think online presence or like just putting your portfolio there probably helps a lot.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, my client it's also from everywhere, right? Like US, UK, Japan, Singapore. So it's you don't need to be there, except for example for a big project like I don't know, like a Star Wars or something like that. They asked me for.
How would you negotiate your rates in different currencies?
Oh, you just say US. Give me the greenbacks.
Sorry.
Somebody was asking about currency though. How do you negotiate your rates in different currencies? But I would assume whatever currency that client is using, that's what you would tell them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when for example, I get an offer from US, mostly we talk about the dollar, right? So it's like that. Yeah. And there is no difference anymore. I think it's quite similar now. It's quite standard.
Yeah, but also for the employer or for the company that's hiring you, to make it simpler for them, because they're going to be like, what kind of money do you want? Rias or something? It's like, what? I'm not doing that. Not to deter them, you want to just tell them, hey, all right, yeah, give me those yen and stuff. I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Masay, your painting are almost done.
Right? Wasn't I just saying? We were saying that in the beginning. She ramps up and like catches up and then surpasses all of us very quickly.
Look at my picture. Oh, I could not finish.
Heri, I was concerned about you. I don't know how you were feeling, Masay, but I was like, oh man, I hope you will finish. I hope you'll finish. But then you do. I was a little concerned for you.
Look at my painting. I don't have anything.
No, but you get there. You definitely get there. I think the reason why I was able to it looks like there's a lot, but if you actually look closely, I don't use like the soft brush for rounded surfaces or like rounded structure.
Yeah.
Because I use just like close values to make it look like it. So that's why I was able to lay down all these colors and values really quickly. So, you know, I'm just tricking you guys to think that I have a lot. But
You do have a
I
lot.
think, yeah, I mean, that was my goal. That was my intention for this study, because if I really wanted to be super accurate, then I probably wouldn't have finished in time. So I think that's like one key thing when
Yeah.
people do these 90-minute challenge is like have a goal. Like, what's the purpose of this whole study for you? Yeah,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
then you can kind of see. But
Oh, yeah. Cool.
yeah, so that was my intention. So that's why I was able to achieve
Thumbs
what
up.
I
So,
wanted. But thank you for pointing that out.
so good.
Yeah, everyone's looks great.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing that I was thinking about as Heri was inspiring us with his words is that really key thing that you talked about, where it's just like, it's kind of like you're just saying you learn how to be happy without all of these other things. And that's something that so few of us learn to do, right? Like you've experienced happiness on such a level, like without having really the basics that many of us take for granted. Yeah, and life isn't about waiting for better days, right? It's about enjoying the days that we
Exactly.
have.
Yeah, what I can tell you something, like people like work hard and want to get like a position, money, and everything. That the only thing they forgot, actually, they try to buy the happiness, right? Whatever it is, whatever they do, they want to buy the happiness. But actually, the happiness can get easily if they know exactly where they can get. So that's what my target is always quite simple. It's a happiness. So therefore, like when I went to Indonesia, everybody, for example, looking for a great place, like something which is really luxury or thing like that. I'm going into the opposite direction. I met a lot of like poor people, like even for example, really dirty, like working for something which is really bad and smell really bad either. I go there and I talk with them, and you get something which is really special, something which is really actually it's expensive. This knowledge, this information you never get from somebody who has money. So I sitting together, and then finally at the end I also give them the money and things like that. So I charge again. I try to learn even more. I feel it's not enough at that time when I was like a child to get those information. So now, even for example, I'm already adult. Like now, if I went to Indonesia or somewhere, I always try to go into the other direction, like meet really poor people, and then try to talk and yeah, and give them also advice and things like that. And I also get a lot of something which is really powerful for life, and which I can also use right now.
You know, the whole pandemic has really put a lot of perspective onto things. New perspective for many of us. For me, it was, you know, it's, as crazy as it might sound, it's like, yeah, if our days were numbered, how would I want to spend them? Didn't you guys go through this as well when the pandemic was really getting crazy, and then it's, you know, really, it was very scary and spreading all over the world. We all, or at least most of us, had at least one day where we're like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, the world is like, what's going to even happen in the future? And then I got into this point where I was just like, what do I really want to do? How do I really want to spend my time? You know, I thought about my brother, thought about, you know, my family, things like that. Thought about my friends that I haven't talked to in a while, and I'm just working away at my computer, right? I should have just talked to you, Hari. I would have got everything fixed a long time ago. Be like, yeah, this is how it is. That's really great, though.
Yeah.
And you know, we all we all spend time with friends and stuff like that, but um, I work a lot, and I just kind of really felt it at that moment. It's nice perspective.
Yeah, you really appreciate what you have instead of like what you want to have.
Yeah. Oh, I want to mention some things here. So for people that are looking to learn about painting and drawing and things like that, I also teach on Schoolism, as well as many friends, incredible artists, heroes. One such hero is Andrea Blasich. He is awesome. He's worked on such things as Brave. He's worked for, you know, Pixar, DreamWorks, you name it. He's worked for them. His new class has just come out onto the subscriptions of Schoolism, and as well, you know, his class is one of 40 classes that are available with a subscription. When you get a Schoolism subscription, you actually get access to all of the Schoolism classes, including the new one today that was just released for the subscriptions, which is Andrea Blasich's Sculpting in Clay. Dude is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Right? And
Wow.
he's taught people like Peter DeSev, Carter Goodrich, you know, all sorts of the top people in the industry as well. Very inspirational.
Wow. That's so
Mhm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to take that class.
Yeah. I think I have to be a member of Schoolism.
For sure. Well, right now, there is a sale. We only have 2 sales a year generally. It's a really good one. Usually, the price of a Schoolism subscription for 1 year is already very affordable for many. It's $300 for an entire year of education, access to every single one of the let me get that thing off there. Gets you access to every one of the courses, including Andrea's, and you can switch back and forth just like Netflix kind of thing. Usually the price is about $300 for an entire year. With the sale, it's slightly less than $200, so it's a really good sale. Definitely get on that. Yeah, it's a good little plug. I'm telling you, it's a very valuable little plug. Also, the other thing I want to mention, I just showed it for a brief second, but this is something I was doing on the weekend, just having some fun, making some TikToks. Come join and follow us on TikTok, Schoolism Live. Look for Schoolism Live, and you can find all of these fun little TikToks that I'm making. I'm going to be making a lot more. So,
TikTok.
yeah. That's what it's all about. I'm telling you, it's going to be... Well, TikTok is already huge. Yeah, I would highly recommend getting on there. And I would highly recommend following Schoolism Live. TikTok is very addictive. Oh my gosh, it's so entertaining. Are you on there, Miss A?
No, but on Instagram, there's like, you know how the new feature where in the middle of the button, like where you used to post things is now the real button. So when I go on there and I see a video, I'm just like, I don't stop. I just keep watching these like super short videos that, you know, they feature, and it's scary. It's a scary place to, you know, get lost in.
Well, the thing about TikTok really is how quickly people can be seen. Going from like 0 followers to like 1 million. It's record breaking. Right? And something about their algorithm just really helps to spread out the good stuff.
I think for women mostly easier. Like Marse, you can put like your painting and then you can also dance over there.
Yeah.
That like while I'm painting, it's like playing in the back.
TikTok is totally all about the dancing, huh?
Yeah.
Not that the extra.
Yeah, also, what's it called? Oh, okay, I think I... Oh, okay, yeah, here's another really good one. So tomorrow, what's going to happen is Wouter Tulp is going to be premiering his video, Squash and Stretch technique on the YouTube channel. You could search for my name, find my channel. He's going to be premiering that video. And then afterwards, he'll be doing a meetup in Discord. Not sure if the moderators, I don't want to freak out the moderators if you guys, are busy. I'll totally do the Discord. That's totally fine.
I am there. I can be of help.
Oh, great. Okay, awesome. Well, I don't know if you could be of help on Wednesday, but, and again, no pressure, Patricia. I'm just saying.
Definitely, I'm there. It's
I-
Wouter.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Well, I was gonna mention I have one as well on Wednesday, but I'm
Oh,
not
yes,
Wouter.
No. It's good. It's good. If it's good, I'm there.
I will join. I will join.
Oh, awesome. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, so that one is going to be great because after the video, I'm going to have my high-res image, my high-res painting, right, on screen and doing the Q&A in Discord, like always. Those have been,
Yeah.
I feel, they've been really helpful. And it's nice. It's a more kind of intimate setting because we're not streaming it, right? People feel more free to ask their questions and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and other like sometimes I don't have I want to learn more, but I don't have a good question. So that's where other people, I count on them to ask these like unique questions that I wouldn't have asked. But when I hear the answer, like last week, Nathan's, that was great. He would, answer all these questions from the audience, and it was really insightful.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of really, really awesome artists in there as well, discussing, chatting, and asking questions. It was great. I saw Iris Muddy in there. Holy smokes. She's fantastic.
Yeah. So good.
All right. Well, you can see, holy, Heri, you've caught up. When I saw this, I was like, okay, thank goodness. Yes, he's killing it now. That's great.
90
I
minutes.
was shy to ask questions because my English is not good.
Oh, well, sounds good to me. Yeah, so you were able to ask questions as well in the other streams? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, using the YouTube channel, I felt in the beginning just chatting was easier for me, and then I moved to the Discord for questions.
Oh, that's great.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I always feel like other people's questions are always going to be better than mine. So I just like listening and also like waiting in the shadows like a ghost.
And for those live Discord events like tomorrow with Wouter, if you're too shy to ask, or if you feel like you don't know how to ask at the right timing, I know the moderators look through the chat and find questions where people want to ask but they're too shy to. So that's also a great way to, put in your questions. So just to put that out there.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Asking Wouter questions.
Yeah.
He's another one of those. He's like Heri. He does so many things. He knows how to do so many things, like pretty much everything. Except for maybe animating, I think. I've never seen him animate, but I wouldn't be surprised if he busts out some crazy animation too.
Yeah, with all his knowledge, I'm pretty sure he'll blow it out of the waters.
I saw him in the chat earlier, Wouter.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, big shouts out to Wouter. And so we have approximately, 15 minutes left?
Ooh.
About 15 minutes left, 10 minutes left in this 90-minute workout. So pay attention, look at your whole entire painting, think about the things that you need to address, because that's what I was thinking about. I was looking at those empty clocks in the back, just going, I need to get to those. Don't you do that though? You're painting in one area and you can't get off of that area. You're looking at another area going, I need to get to that, but I can't stop here.
Yeah.
That's where I was at.
Yeah, definitely the perfectionist side of me like easily gets caught up in like one section. But I mean, last time when we were painting, Bobby, you were like, okay guys, we have like 20 more minutes. Okay guys, 10 more minutes. It's like, okay, I gotta like really look out. So that was kinda nice.
You know, Mase, the bad thing is my eyes is not looking into my screen, my picture, but it's always looking to Bobby and Mase.
See what we're doing. I have that problem as well when there's like other artists painting.
Yeah, it's like a four screen. It's really confusing. Like, I always like watching your movement.
Yeah. Thanks.
Also,
I was thinking. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was thinking this is gonna be quite hard, like for the Discord people as well, like because it's so dark, but very beautiful. But they're doing great. They're blowing my mind here.
Let's check
well,
it out.
It's crazy. And Naveen's one, I thought it was a reference, but it's the painting. It's so good. They're all amazing. Good job, everybody.
Let's take a look. Yeah, dang. Naveen. Shoot, that does look like a photo. A lot of these are really well done. CJ Ellison from the last stream. Way to go. Noah kicking some butt.
And Erwin's there as well.
Div's colors have gone back to normal almost.
Oh, I like that one. It's got this cool like lighting.
Robert,
do you have any tips on like how I can socialize with other people on the Discord when talking about learning art? Because it's nice when you're here and you're the pros, but when you're not, it's kind of different.
It seems pretty open. Like I've been in Discord just lurking a little bit, every once in a while, and I'll just hear people talking and just kind of teaching each other like what they've learned and stuff like that. But Kofi, Noah, I see y'all in there way more. So maybe one of you or somebody could talk about that.
Hey, so this is not. So first of all, always feel free to reach out to one of the moderators. Like if you need help, like to get around, we are always happy to help. And a great way to just start interacting is jump into the voice chat. You don't have to talk if you don't feel like it, but you can just join in the conversation while you're working and listening. And if you have something interesting to say, or that you just want to chime into the conversation, because they're really varying from different topics, from art to life to just hobbies and stuff like that. So it's just a friendly community, and everybody's here has been so nice as a whole.
Yeah, it's just, come in with respect and a positive attitude, and you're going to find that everybody's just like that. It's a very respectful, very kind community. Yeah, big shouts out to all the moderators and everybody that helps on Discord.
Yeah, they do an awesome job.
Oh, thank you. We are really enjoying the community as much as the community enjoys the community. Yeah, it's going real great, and it's always a pleasure to see Miss A or Bobby suddenly drop in, and people are like, "Who? What's happening?"
Yeah.
And Kofi with his wisdoms, it's always in his enthusiastic laugh.
Yeah.
It's a joy. It's a joy.
It is.
Totally.
Yeah. I saw this good question in the Slido.
Oh, yes, please.
CJ Russoto asked, this 90-minute thing would continue even after the COVID is long gone? Question mark. Would we do these?
Let's see some fire signs, some fire emojis in the chat. If you want 90-minute workout, the 90 Mac thing to keep going beyond COVID, let's see some fire symbols, and we'll see if the audience is down.
Yeah.
Fire emojis. Okay, Shira friend just wrote fire emoji. I appreciate that. That counts too. Oh, we got some fires going on. You could search for emojis.
90 Mac is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been addicted.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I feel funny when I can't do the 90-minute workout. When I have too much on my plate, I just feel like something's missing.
Yeah.
Especially after this one here, it got me new goals to reach for, right? And it's really because, Masay, how your paintings were so, everything that you did was so direct. I wanted to really bring that into the beginning parts of my painting, and then bring in the blending and stuff like later on. So this really changed things for me. Thanks, Masay.
My pleasure. I'm glad I can help.
Oh, and of course, Heri, look at yours. Holy smokes. It's gone so far, so quick at the very end. It felt like you were just kind of like playing with us in the beginning, just working on the guy. It's going, all right, I'm just going to do this little guy here while you guys paint all this other stuff. And now wait.
I was enjoying the situation, Bobby.
Yeah. I like in Heri's how like once you started putting in the lighter values, everything just like started like coming together, and that was like, it's like magic, you know. It's like in the beginning you're like, oh, I hope Heri's okay, but then once like you put the like nice touches, just sticks right out, pops right out. It's awesome.
And by the way, we got some fire emojis, by the way. So yes, we're doing this. We're doing this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay on fire, guys.
Keep it going. That's tough because you don't find the fire emoji right off the bat. You gotta search for it. So it took extra effort for them to actually find it, click on it. And I appreciate that. Right on. Final kind of thoughts here as we wrap up these paintings, and then we'll see how many other questions we could take after that. But some final thoughts about like what you found difficult, any kind of light bulb moments, any, the experience of doing this, or what you might want to do differently now that you did this one.
Heri, do you have any thoughts?
Sorry. It was like a bit missing. Can you?
So anything that you got from this experience, anything that you would like to do differently if you were to paint this again?
Yeah, sure. First, I will focus more into my screen instead of Masay and Bobby.
Yeah.
That's the first.
Oh.
I get it. So instead of like focus on Bobby and Masay's screen, I will focus in my screen. And second, of course, I think your workflow was really, really great. Instead of like you make like me, like I did a sketch, something like that, and just put it like some color on the background and things like that, and then just build up like into the foreground. And I think that's would be really the best workflow for this kind of painting, in my opinion.
Masay?
Oh, me? Okay. I think I learned a lot more is subtle values makes a very big difference, because in the past I used to kind of like focus on one area at a time, and especially like when I do that, you forget about the overall image and like forget about like how it's all supposed to come together. So laying down that like the first dark value and then pushing around the values helps me get that whole like dark environment feel, especially the stuff in the background. It's like even though you don't clearly see it, it's like suggestive. So I think that's kind of like what I learned, and hopefully I can put into my own personal artwork. I think if I were to do this kind of challenge again, maybe I might experiment a bit with like changing the mood, like the color of the light to kind of give it a different feel, because I think that's a bit like what you did in your lobby. It's like it seems a bit like greener or like warmish color, the light. So I thought that was really cool. It's just like it feels very mysterious and it's like this really close space. So yeah.
I just felt like if I went for that cool color, I just felt like it was it'd be more difficult for me to glue everything together and make it feel cohesive. That's why I went for the warmer tones, because if you put a slight influence of a color of light onto everything, it helps to just bring everything together.
Yeah.
What you did was much more kind of accurate to the lighting in the image. So right back at you. I appreciate your stuff just as much. For me, I learned a couple. So one thing is the Wouter Tulp one that we did with the Asian girl dressed in the Asian costume or outfit. That one was a bit of an evolution as well. Remember, I was complaining about drawing it with white. Remember, Masay?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, and that's exactly what Heri did. He drew with a light line. And I was like, I can't do that. It messes me up, right? It's hard for me to paint on a light colored drawing. So then I didn't for this one. I was like, the next time I get a dark background, I'm not going to draw a single line. I'm just going to start painting. So that really, really helped. Yeah. And then there's another study that I did recently of Queen's Gambit where I started the image painting it upside down. So I took that part and applied it here as well. And I painted a good chunk of the first maybe 7 minutes upside down. Yeah, and then after I watched this one, if I was to paint this again, which I apply what I'm going to say into another like challenge that we do later on with Xuan Chan. And that is to start off exactly how I started off, but higher opacity. Let's go right into it, take up that opacity to like, pretty much 100%. And just start blocking things in heavy like that. That's what I was thinking of after this exercise.
Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to add, it's interesting when you do the high like the 100% opacity, like, and once you start, even though it's really hard in the beginning, once you start learning like how to use it, you start to feel more confident, because it's like, you're not just like layering things on top of each other. It's like, bam. It's like this color, this value. But yeah, sorry, Heri. You were gonna say.
Yeah, I start my painting from the beginning until now, always like 100 opacity. And then mostly like only with one kind of brush, the hard one for this one.
Well, yeah, actually. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. And this is also what I had to check. I really want to try one more time about this picture, and then with a different method. Probably I use like Masay or Bobby and have a look which one is the best for this one, because this is a really cool one exercise which I can also use in a future project, right? So something like this, like really dark and yeah. Some light, like spotlight, and that's something which is really cool, and therefore like I really want to try again.
That's awesome.
And probably I will post it as well in my Instagram or in Discord Lightbox, the second pictures.
Yes, Everybody go and follow Heri on Instagram. Blow up his Instagram, please. People like Heri need to be seen. Yeah. And yeah, if you like Hari's work, what kind of emoji would you want in the chat? Let's see. Let's give him some thumbs up. A little, classic. Give him some thumbs up in the chat. Give him some love. Let him know.
All the thumbs.
Yes.
I wish I had more thumbs.
Yes. The other thing I want to mention is Thursday. You remember when Eric Canetti joined in on the chat and we called him out and we're like, hey, Eric, come draw with us? Well, that's this coming Thursday. Eric Canetti, the one and only of Riot Games, of like all sorts of things. Neon Flux back in the day, for anybody that remembers that. Yeah, he's going to be joining us on Thursday, as well as a bunch of other people coming hot and heavy. And don't worry, Discord moderators, I already told Patricia that we'll take care of whatever that that y'all can't be there for. It's no problem at all. And so some upcoming guests, by the way, Xuan Chan, our wonderful favorite artist out there, she's going to be painting with us, as well as Carla Ortiz. Oh, snap. You've been following the emails, Masay?
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to be streaming with her not this week, but next week.
Yeah.
End of next week. And I just got an email from Zach Retz.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
Zach.
I'm gonna have to thank him, because I learned the whole today's painting. I learned it from him by watching just looking at his stuff. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and who knows who else in the future. So this might be a good time to say, subscribe to this channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notifications. That way you'll be able to find your way back to these streams a lot easier. And then I guess, is there anything else that we might have missed? Anything else that anybody want to mention before we call it a day?
This
This
is
is my
fun.
first challenge. How many layers are you guys using for each one? Because I've just been using one.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's personally that's your own preference, but for me, I use one, just because on the Magma app, it's limited to 100 layers for the whole board. But
You only use one, like heavy paint.
yeah, I just used one for this. Did I use one? Maybe I used two for the background.
I used
Yeah, I used a
I used-
few.
3 layers for this, I guess.
layers.
The background color,
Mhm.
line out like sketch, and then
Yeah, so it's honestly up to you how many you want to use.
I could actually put the actual file on screen here. Yeah, let me do this. So this is the actual file on screen. Let's do full screen here. And so you can see there's a bunch of layers. This one is, oh, Masay, you got 3
Oh,
layers.
that's
I'm
me.
sorry.
Oh,
I
okay.
exposed you.
I cheated.
That's really not that many
What?
layers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then who do we got here? This looks like me. I'm a hog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I don't even see anything. Oh, what are you talking about? You guys are all liars.
yeah, I have 4 or what?
You have so many.
Oh no, we're exposed.
Just realize.
You see, the only guy that didn't say that he had like one layer. I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, you got even more layers. Look at these. These are yours too. Well, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this one is mine. I don't even know what I'm doing with this layer. It doesn't even look like there's any.
There's unimportant layers, right? Something like.
Oh, look at mine is the one that has really. It's just this layer, and then a tiny little bit right here, and there's nothing on this layer.
No, empty layers.
Boom! I did the least amount of layers.
Yeah.
Yay!
Bobby wins.
That was funny.
Man, next time I gotta merge all my layers, so you can't find it.
It might be good to also kind of look a little closer, right, in on each one of these things. You can see as you get closer, it starts to look more illustrative. But when you zoom out, it really feels like a still or something. It's really nice.
Yeah.
This one here is super cool. When you zoom into this, you can see the cubes, right? You can see the squares there. Oh, that must have been difficult, but I'm interested in trying that as well, especially when Zach paints with us. This one here, you can see this stuff. It's like the railing, it's not even really existing. It's just a slight, very quick thing.
Yeah.
My favorite part about this one for me was just this face. I felt like the face actually looked like him. So I was happy with that. All right, everybody. So there you go. Another 90-minute workout in the bag. Hope everybody had a great time. I want to thank everybody that came out to draw with us. It's always better drawing with friends. Everybody in the Discord community, thank you for joining us as well and making it so much more entertaining. Also with just chatting with us. Everybody that helps with the Discord community, thank you to my wonderful assistant, Jamie. That's always helping in YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much. And of course, the biggest thank you goes to my wonderful special guest, Heri. Thank you so much for joining me, and my co-host, the one and only Masai Seki. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you tomorrow for Vouter. And then